so high I'm hypnotized. What's up is down, what's left is right. Chasing stars and holding you. I can't see the end, but we'll see it through. Times don't fly too high. Be sure to keep the ground in sight. Fly forever if you keep it tight.
Hey kid, don't ever let them get inside your head. They'll tell you what to do in life instead of everything you know that you could get. Don't let them guide your life towards regret. I'll fight for what I love with every breath.
Good evening, good afternoon, good morning. Welcome to the Armoury. Welcome to Full Time Sports Network. Welcome to Arsenal versus Sheffield United match preview. I've got my wonderful brother with me. How are we doing, PB?
I'm good. I'm very, very good. How's it going, my friend? All right?
Yeah, not too bad. Not too bad. Obviously, look, we've got some bits and bits to talk about this evening. But look, this should be an easy weekend. Let's be honest, it should be. But this is Arsenal. Anything's possible. We could get an early red card and it can all go to pot. So we never know. But how are you feeling about the Sheffield United game?
Yeah. I'm feeling good. I'm feeling good about the game, but you know what? Oh, if this was a year ago, no disrespect to Sheffield United, my score prediction would have been 6-0.
Yeah.
Because we were flowing a year ago. Even though at the time we only had one league defeat. But I still think we'll win. But it's gonna be one of those games where I think the crowd, they're gonna have to be patient. Mm-hmm. You know, we're all gonna have to be patient. And we're going to have to wait, I'd say maybe 20, 25 minutes for that first goal. So it's going to be one of them games where I'm looking forward to it. I think we'll get the win, but we're not going to annihilate Sheffield United. No. They've been unfortunate in games after the 8-0 loss to Newcastle. I think they've been very unfortunate. There's times where I've seen them play with highlights, and I thought they gave a good account of themselves last week against Manchester United.
Yeah.
So they're bottom of the league, but I just hope complacency doesn't set in with our lads, and that's something that I've seen it. We've seen it for many years, where there's the odd game where you think all we've got to do is just turn up, And I don't want it to be that like Hull when they first came into the Premier League and they came to us, and the players' attitudes that day was, all we have to do is turn up. We'll be all right. They embarrassed us. So we don't want to repeat that tomorrow.
No. We don't. 100% we don't, mate. Right, let's get into the comments. Temmie's made me smile already. No Cedric. Definitely no Cedric. If anyone puts their team in and it's got Cedric in, I'm not speaking to about 2 weeks. So, yeah, no one's picked Cedric. Sheffield United looked quite resilient versus Man United and almost snatched a win. However, before that game, they conceded around 2 goals per game, notably influenced by the 8-0 Newcastle win. Yeah, to be fair, when we go into Newcastle fixtures and their form, it's not as bad as it looks. They've been doing well, and they've got a lot of injuries. We'll get into their injury list. Their injury list is ridiculous. So, yeah, I will say one thing about Sheffield United, which I don't like, is their manager. I don't know how he's got that job. I still don't know how he's in that job. Not Premier League standard at all is Paul Heckingbottom, but it is what it is. Surely we should be winning by a wide margin. What I would say when it comes to us and Sheffield clubs, and I will put Wednesday in this conversation, is we never make it easier against Sheffield teams. I don't know what it is. It's been like that with Wednesday back in the 90s, United recently as well. They've beaten us a couple of times in the past few games that we've played them, over the history. They've beaten us. It's something to do with Sheffield. I don't know what it is. Maybe we don't like steel. I don't know what it is, but there's something about it. Evening, Bobby, Brenny, and all in the chat. Big up to Tony. Hope you're doing well. Bart saying again, Bernie and Brewster are 2 players that could well be dangerous on set plays and may get physical with the centre backs. McBurney is a doubt. Brewster is available. Bobby, don't do the watch along. I'm not doing a watch along, mainly because I can't. I am doing the match reaction at 7:30. With a definitely Canners, it might also be Damos as well. I'm not 100% sure. If we have trouble beating these, sack Arteta. I think question marks are definitely going to have to start coming out at some point over Arteta, but not right now. Not right now. How can people be negative about this match? That's how bad we must be playing. Yeah, well, look, Tottenham only just beat them. Man United just only beat them. I know that they're not having the greatest seasons apart from Tottenham. But United, they know what they are. They know what they are. They know that they're a poor team, so they just defend. They blow a low block, and it's down to us to break them down, not the other way around. They can do their job, and then we have to break them down. So, and talking about the actual playing at United, we've only played them 10 times since the Premier League was established. 4 draws, 4 Arsenal wins, 3 home, 1 away, 2 Sheffield United wins, both at home. These are the 5 previous games that we've played. Beaten 3-0, beaten 2-1, draw with them 1-1. They beat us 1-0 and 1-0. That shows how hard it is against Sheffield United. And to be fair, for quite a few years, they've been. So it's something to do with the Sheffield team. I don't know what it is. Brenny can remember this. Against Wednesday, we made it extremely hard for many years against Wednesday. To be fair, that their team was pretty decent. Mark Williams and Co in that team, they were a good team. So, form guide. Right, let's get on to the Sheffield United one first. Lost to Man United 2-1. Lost to Fulham 3-1. Lost to West Ham 2-0. Lost to Newcastle 8-0. Lost to Tottenham 2-1. Arse ones are drew 2-2 with Chelsea. Beat Man City. Beat Bournemouth, drew with Tottenham, and beat Everton. Look, we're still unbeaten. The performances aren't there. We know this. But we just got to crack on. Me and Brenny have seen many bad performances, many 3 points where we've probably left that game and gone, wow, we played poor, but we won. Is that right?
Yeah. I mean, well, you're right there, because there's been times where, I've left Highbury or left the Emirates and thought, wow, it was a poor performance, but we got out of that. I mean, it was like Charlton Athletic. We were 2-0 up back in 2004, I think after 5 minutes, and then they pulled a goal back. I think it was early in the second half, and I thought, that was a poor performance, but we got the 3 points. So, And by standards, it was a poor performance, even though for most of the season, obviously, we had played well and it was our unbeaten season. So, I know what that's like. It's,
It happens.
But it's not a bad feeling. It's not a bad feeling because you've got the 3 points. Because you think, well, okay, well, next week we're away or we're at home to wherever, and we'll turn up.
Yeah, exactly. 100%.
So I would like to see a performance tomorrow.
Yeah, so do I.
Us getting the 3 points.
Yeah, exactly. Right, so these are our stats compared to Sheffield United's. They're in 20th, we're in 3rd. They've won 0, we've won 6, we've drawn 3, they've drawn 1, they've lost 8, we've lost none. Average goals scored, however, is 2 for us, 0.78 for Sheffield United. 2.67 average goals conceded. Ours is 0.89. 4 clean sheets for us, 0 for them. Chances created, 0.56 for Sheffield United. So they're not creating many chances either. That we can all see what their problem is. Every single fan can see what the problem is. But they're very hard to break down. Our difference is we're just not creating the chances. And if we do, sometimes we don't put them away. That's our issue. So look, it is what it is. Right. The important information, and please note who is not on the injured list for us, because he's not injured. There's something else going on. I am not going to cover any rubbish. So there we go. Right. Quickly talk about Arsenal. Timber and Jesus are definitely out through injury. Partey will not be playing, but he's not injured because he's not on my injured list. That's it. All I'm going to say. Sheffield United. Crikey. I don't know how you say his name. Ahmed Hodzik, I think, is out. Basham's out. Davies is out. Egan is out. Jefferson's out. Lyle's out. Norrington Davies is out. Oshula is out. Baldock is a doubt. There's another Davies is a doubt. And McBurney is a doubt. So there's plenty out for Sheffield United, but they've still got a team. I don't know that Paul Brenny's got to do the challenge in a bit. I will help you. I promise. I will help you tonight. And there's only one Sheffield United player, and he's not actually a fullback. That is an auto fail today. So
I'll be all right.
Evening, Bobby Brenny. I'm expecting a win tomorrow, but we'll probably concede. Look, that's the one thing I want tomorrow is a clean sheet. We have to have a clean sheet for me against a team that aren't creating. So that's the one thing I want. But talk about Sheffield United. Let's get into my 5 to watch. These are my 5.
Is this really happening? I can't believe it's true. I'm just as surprised as you. Is this really happening?
Right, so we're going to talk about Cameron Archer. Obviously, we all know about him under 21 level. Very good, talented young striker. Kind of like a number 10 as well. He can play behind the main striker. He's very talented. Does amazing at under 21 level. James McAtee, I've got to see him in the lower leagues many years now. He is very, very good. I expect him to definitely knock on the big boys' door at some point in his career. Gustavo Hamer. Now, a lot of people probably don't know who he is, but if you know Championship, you would have known and seen a lot of him for many years. He's been brilliant in the league Championship. Really hard-working midfielder. Vinicius Sousa, very again, hard-working, strong tackler as well. I will say strong. So if Odegaard does play, expect some challenges from Sousa on him. And obviously, I've got to talk about him because he will be playing against us most likely. Austin Trusty. He hasn't really excelled at Sheffield United yet. He's only played 4 games. 2 of them were off the bench. I do expect him to play a big part at Sheffield United. He's a very good defender. He did very well at Birmingham. But I expect him to... You just know when you used to play for... Well, you never played for us, to be fair. But when you've been sold by the club that you're now playing, you expect like 120% from him. And I expect that from him. I expect him to do like some kind of Superman performance up against probably Eddie. So, yeah, it's one of those. I'm slightly concerned about Austin Trusty, if I'm honest. It could be he has a cracking game or he gets a red card. It's going to be one of those 2s for Austin, I reckon. You never know. You never know. Right, let's have a look. See what else everyone's saying. Arteta better start Havertz over Sonoko, or we won't score. Tony's put your team in. Big up to Tony. We'll check that up in a minute. Big up to DWTT. Hope you're doing well. Right, let's get into everybody's lineups now. Right, so this team was chosen by Richard Karen and the wonderful PB. So, Brenny, it's your squad. You talk about it, mate.
Well, Jesus is out, isn't he?
Yes, definitely.
Yeah. I mean, in place of Jesus, I would bring in Kai Havertz.
Okay.
Definitely.
Yeah.
Havertz for me. And I mean, well, see with Raya, I mean, early in the week, because I mean, you know, I've stated on here like I like both keepers.
Yeah.
I know there's been in a WhatsApp chat, and I know even on Twitter there's been huge debates about who the number one should be. And for me, you know, like I said, I prefer both of them. I think with the only thing I have said with Raya, it's nerves. You know what I mean? I think Ramsdale's a better shot stopper, but I think with Raya it's definitely nerves there. And I mean, I thought he didn't do too badly on Tuesday night, but then something happened that looked like a volleyball move or something. I don't know what it was. Towards the end of the game, I mean, I think all our hearts were in our mouths then. You know what I mean? It was like, geez, you know, I'd never seen anything like that, because if that had gone in, oh my god. So yeah. I just thought, because of that win, and I mean, we know we can forget because we won the game, but other than that error, I thought, and the win, I've stuck by him. I thought, you know what? Let him continue that form against Sheffield United tomorrow. Let him have a more comfy day. You know what I mean? Hopefully we won't have to see him a lot tomorrow. You know what I mean? And probably the only times you will see Raya is if by some chance the ball's played back to him under pressure. I don't want to just see us play the ball back to him and then play ball if they're not under any pressure. I don't want to see that. I don't want to see it. It winds me up when we can go forward. There's 20 yards. There's as a forward or a winger from the opposition, whoever. And you're like, what are you playing the ball back for? So I don't want to see that. The back four itself, I would keep it as it is. Tomiyasu, I thought, was brilliant. The way he locked out La Campos. That he played really well, and he was my man of the match on Tuesday. And I just want him to continue that form. And I don't know what it is about Tomiyasu, but ever since he's been at the club, he always seems to play well in October. In his best form, you know what I mean? I mean, look at like last year, Mo Salah will you know what I mean? Look at that. That was a fantastic performance. So yeah, I'd keep him in. Party, well, as much as I love Party, I just don't know. But the midfield, I've changed it slightly because I thought Smith Rowe against Sheffield United, Martin Odegaard, worried about his form. I think we all are. Regardless whether he's captain or not, I wouldn't have him playing tomorrow, but he's going to feature. Going to feature. If he does, I'm not going to moan about it. I'm not going to moan about it at all. So, but for Smith Rowe, I would give him a chance in that number 10. Give him a run, because 3 seasons ago when he popped up in games, he did the business, and he's a fearless kid, and on his day, he's just as good as any attacking player. You know what I mean? On the flanks, I mean. So, or even in the middle. So So yeah, that's for me. That midfield could, I think, will win the midfield battle tomorrow. And Martinelli, Martinelli and Saka for me. Yeah, it's a no-brainer for them to start. Saka he needs a run of games, but I think he'll play tomorrow, but I don't think he'll play against West Ham.
Yeah.
And obviously Jesus is out, unfortunately, because I thought he was fantastic on Tuesday night. It's a shame. That's the sort of player, he's capable of that, you know what I mean? And we'll miss him tomorrow. Well, actually, maybe not too much. But Kai Havertz, for me, I would have him come in and see if he can get himself a couple of goals, but not just that. He would bring everyone else into play.
Yeah.
And he would do that a lot better than Eddie and Nketiah would do. So I'm sure Eddie will start tomorrow, but yeah.
Yeah, I agree. You're going to have to obviously rate your own team. I trust you, not so much G, but I trust you to rate your own team.
Well, for me, for tomorrow, I'm going to be honest and go with. I'm going to go with a 7.
Okay.
7.
Fair enough. Right, let's get into some comments because they're building up a little bit. Trusty says Citizen K, Arsenal reject. But as you say, Bobby, he'll probably have a blinder. Yeah, it can happen. It does happen for all of us. Big up to the assembled evening chats and chat room. Temi, I have put your team as starred as well, so we'll come back to that at the end. No debate, Brenny. We can have in goal or Sugar. I'll let you pick which is which. I'd say Martinelli centre forward and Trossard, Havertz, ESR wide left, but Nketiah will get the nod up top. Yeah, 100%. Bobby, another 2 goals for my girl McCabe for Ireland today. That's brilliant news. Yeah, all the ladies are on international duty. We are back a week on Sunday to play Man City at 12:30. I will be doing that as a watch along. So a week on Sunday, I will be back with the ladies. But yeah, they're all on international break at the moment. Right, let's move on to the next team chosen by, I can't see because the slide, there we go. John, Jack, and the silver one. Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, Jorginho, Rice, Havertz, Saka, Martinelli, and Nketiah. Could you rate this one for me, please?
That I get to 7 as well.
Okay. I will just say this, that Tony has given your team an 8. He's rated your team better than yourself. Next team chosen by Ben, Mehmet, and G Talks. Raya in goal. White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, Rice, ESR, Odegaard, Saka, Martinelli, and Jesus. Obviously, Jesus is out, so they haven't told me who they would bring in, but we can score it as it is. It's fine.
Yeah. Oh, that for me is an 8.
Okay, mate. Thank you very much. I think the next team is a slight formation change, which I kind of like, actually. Chosen by Luke. Now, this is not the only formation change we've actually got tonight. We've got 8 teams, 2 different formations. So he's gone for Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, Rice, and Jorginho as the anchor. Why was I going to say Sanka? Saka, Smith Rowe, Martinelli, and Havertz up front. I actually like this formation. I think it could work. But Brenny, it's obviously up to you to score the score team.
I would give that. I'd give that a 7 as well.
Okay.
I mean, the thing is, it is a good team. Don't get me wrong, but my only thing is, that's probably something I would do if I'm playing Newcastle away next week, because we're at home at Sheffield United. So I wouldn't really go with two DMs.
I think what it is because a lot of people get the 4-2-3-1 formation set up as a defensive because you've obviously got more players in your own half.
Yeah.
But it's actually not. What it is one will stay there and the other one will go forward, and then they'll change it around, which is what we've played against Seville.
Yeah.
We've played against, who else did we play that had a 4-2-3-1 recently? Someone else did recently as well. And it's just that they interswitch the anchor men, so one person will stay back, the other one pushes forward. So it's actually quite a stable formation. I quite like it because Seville, to be honest, Rakitic was one of those.
I don't dislike it. Yeah.
And Rakitic was all over the pitch, everywhere. That guy. I do question it. He was 35, to be honest. I want to check his passport. But there we go. Right, let's get on to the next team. Chosen by Zaina, Tim, and Carlos. Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Sinchenko. The only team that's picked Sinchenko. Jorginho, Rice, Fabio Vieira, Havertz on the right, Trossard on the left, and Eddie down the middle.
Oh gosh, no! Just realised Havertz on the right. I know he can play there, but I wouldn't play there. Oh man, that's like, I mean, that. Don't get me wrong. That side is good enough to beat Sheffield United, no doubt.
Yeah.
But I'd have to. I'm going 7.
Okay. My theory on some of these lineups, they haven't told me this is it, but this is just my theory. Is I think they want to go strong on Wednesday night when we play West Ham. I think that's what it is. I think they want to go strong against West Ham and rest a couple of players against Sheffield United so they can go strong against West Ham and Newcastle because obviously got them a week tomorrow as well. That's just my theory. I might be wrong, but it kind of does make a little bit of sense.
Yeah, but I think we know that Mr. Arteta's not going to do that.
No.
Yeah, even though I get it, I totally get it. You know, and but look, it's good enough to beat Sheffield United. So
it is
7.
Yeah, for people that are listening in, the reason that I do these teams is people think it's guessing what Mikel Arteta does. It's not. It's me giving you the keys to the manager's room and you choosing whoever you want. As long as you don't pick Cedric, you're fine with me. But yeah, it's just giving you the option to pick your own team. That's why I get people to do it in the comments as well. I love reading people's teams because everyone sees football differently. And it's definitely not a guessing game.
Exactly, Bobby. You better tell Damos that because I don't think he's ever put a team in.
I think I've done it once. I remember typing his name once, Damos.
He did it once?
Yeah, I think he's done it once. In all the time I've done it, I've only remember his name once.
Wow.
Yeah.
Wow.
It's just, for me, it's fun because you get to pick your own team. It's like playing FIFA. You're picking your own squad. There's no one wrong as long as you're not putting Ramsdale up front. There's nothing wrong with doing your own thing. So it is what it is. Right, next team is chosen by Jonas, and he's gone back to the 4-2-3-1 formation as well. Now, he's picked Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, White, Jorginho, Havertz, Fabio Vieira, Martinelli, and Nketiah. And I quite like this one because I would like to see Fabio in his strongest position. That is his strongest position. We've never seen him there. I would actually like to see him there. But it's up to you, Brendan, what you want to do.
That's a 7 out of 10 for me.
Okay, cool. I've got 2 more. This one's chosen by Miguel, Josh, and Stuart. Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, Rice, Fabio Vieira, Havertz, Nelson, Smith-Rowe, and Nketiah.
See, now I like this one, and I'm just thinking about the opponents as well.
Yeah.
I mean, so this one, it's an 8 for me, and the reason being is because I mean, Fabio Vieira, Kai Havertz, whichever one's going to be the 8 or the 10, it don't,
Yeah.
it's also a chance, if that was to happen tomorrow, it's also a chance for Havertz to shine.
Yes.
Because he needs a game. He needs a Sheffield
He
United
does.
game. Especially, I mean, hopefully we'll see him up front tomorrow. But Fabio Vieira, I'm not going to knock him because I think he's improved from last season. And we haven't seen him as much in recent weeks where I thought he made a tremendous impact in
Yeah.
September. So, I will hope to see him tomorrow. In all honesty, if Odegaard was to be rested tomorrow, I wouldn't say dropped because, he won't drop the skipper even though he's not been performing well. Like, I agree with you. I'd like to see him in a number 10 as well.
Yeah.
Smith Rowe on the left. He's played there quite a few times in place of Martinelli, and I like the way he cuts inside as well.
Mm-hmm.
Reece Nelson, I think this would be a game for him as well to shine. And Eddie, I think if he did start more, he probably would score a couple of goals. And I'm being real when I know we've said many times Reece Nelson's an impact player, but no disrespect to Sheffield United, but I expect whoever starts tomorrow, positions, So yeah,
I agree, mate.
So looking at that, I'm going with an 8.
Yeah, cool.
I like that.
Yeah, I like that one too myself. I like the fact we're giving Nelson a shot, giving Smith Rowe a shot. No offense to their fullbacks, they're not the strongest in the world. Luke Thomas, decent left back. Bogle is their right back, decent. But Nelson and Smith Rowe should give them nightmares. They are good enough.
I would say, right, PB, that I would give Arteta a huge clap. I wouldn't buy him flowers. I wouldn't buy him flowers. No way. I wouldn't even get him chocolates. But I would give him a huge clap if he surprised us all and brought in Mario Koscielny on the right.
Oh,
that would be. I would not knock Arteta. I would not knock him for bringing in a couple of Haaland boys. I'm not going to knock him for that because we want to see that. We want to see how the ones we've mentioned countless number of times, how they would do.
Yeah.
With the first team. And I think Mario Koscielny, if he started tomorrow, I think he would make a huge impact. I mean, that's how much I rate him.
Yeah. You know me, how much I love that kid. Obviously, we're in contract talks with him at the moment, so starting him would actually help us as well because give him some faith of actually getting in the team. And also Lewis Skelly is someone I would also maybe give 20 minutes to as well because he is good enough. A couple of our players are good enough to play tomorrow. Raw Waters, Rosiak, just to name a few. We've got a good enough. Even Lino Sousa. I'm sorry, Lino. To be honest, I would put Lino Sousa above Zinchenko for left back at the moment because he knows what he's doing and he's a defender. It's amazing. When you defend, I actually rate you. It's amazing that. It's not exactly like rocket science. If you can defend, I'm going to like you as a fullback. It's as simple as that. Right. Final team chosen by Albert and Nicholas: Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tomiyasu, Rice, Havertz, Odegaard, Jesus, Martinelli, and Nketiah.
See that for me would get an 8. So I know Jesus isn't playing, but that'd be an 8 as well for me.
Yeah, just to make everyone aware, because you may not have counted it, but Odegaard has only been picked twice in all 8 squads, which says everything. there's over 20 people that do these teams. So yeah, it's interesting that he's only been picked twice out of 8 teams, because everyone thinks it's just me that doesn't like Odegaard. There was someone on X yesterday stating for the whole of the Arsenal fan base that none of us want Odegaard dropped. I will beg to differ. Here on the Armoury, we think different.
Yeah, exactly. We're not saying we want him dropped because we don't like him or we don't rate him. It's not that at all. But if look at the old days. If you weren't on form, you're out of the side. No matter if you're captain.
Yes.
You'd be lucky if you find yourself on George Graham's bench. You'd be lucky.
Yeah.
Which in those days was only 3 on the bench anyway, but there you go.
Well, yeah, back in the good old days when there's only a couple on there. Now you need a whole bus to fill them up. Right, anyway, let's have a look, see what we've got here. Our manager might be on a point proving exercise and drafting Zinni, Vieira, Nketiah and Havertz. Could do. I expect a couple of changes tomorrow. I expect a couple of, I wouldn't say surprises, but, he might just rotate a little bit. I kind of hope that he has got one eye on the West Ham game, because that game for me is important. It may not be for him, but it's important for me. Obviously, everyone knows I'm half West Ham, half Arsenal, so it's important for me.
It's important for me as well, and I've always said there's no guarantees in football when it comes to the 4 competitions that you're in. You want to win them all.
Exactly,
You want to be greedy. You want to win them all.
Yeah, I do.
You know what I mean?
I don't want to be in a competition not to win it. What's the point in entering it?
Exactly. I mean, the League Cup games. I know we've only won it twice, but the League Cup seasons they mean a lot to me in terms of George Graham's first season. You know what I mean? And then the way and the manner in which we got to Wembley with the 3 games against them lot down the road. Sorry, I didn't mean Barnet. I meant Tottenham, baby, just in case you want. And you know what I mean. And also I remember, I know my memory's good, but I remember going to the semi-final in the second leg against Palace in '93. Because I went with Canners. You know what I mean? So even though we were 3-1 up in the first leg, we was watching that game, and I just remember it was a comfortable 2-0 win. It was very comfy.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Very comfy. And then, I mean, I couldn't get tickets for the final, but winning the final, it meant a lot. And it wasn't, I mean, I know times have changed now, but all them years ago, you take your full strength squad down for a 2-legged game in the second round against Chesterfield.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? That season, Yeovil in the FA Cup, you're playing, it was a full strength team. Ian Wright got a hat trick. So no, these League Cup games mean a lot to me as a fan.
Yeah. Well, me personally, I was there when we won the 1993 League Cup final. Oh, wow. So I it means a lot to me because I was actually there. I actually saw us win the last one. So look, if I'm in a cup, I'm in it. I'm in it to win it. Simple as that. It's just how it should be. We will rotate the team instead of making sure of the 3 points. I don't think we'll rotate it, but I think he'll bring in a couple of players, maybe. I think Pep too will pick Ramsdale because it's his old team. There is possibles of that. Yes, we are playing Sheffield United, who Ramsdale used to play for. We all know Arteta's song will start on Saturday. Have you both noticed Zinni doesn't get into most picks? Yeah, I do notice quite a lot of common denominators within when I ask these squads. You can kind of see who people prefer and who people don't prefer.
And it's also the Tomiyasu performance as well from Tuesday. You can continue that.
Yeah, exactly. It says a lot that Zinni is our literally only left back and Tommy's being picked. Put that however you want. But Zinchenko, just learn to defend and I'll like you. El Neni might be the surprise to rest Jorginho. Not sure about that. Rice, possible.
El Neni will probably play on Wednesday night.
Yeah. Tony saying 5-0. I'll be disappointed for less. I don't think we'll see a 5-0.
No.
I don't. I have put your prediction down, but I'll be delighted if we get a 5-0, but I don't see it personally. We struggle against Sheffield clubs, like I've said, for years we've done it, and I don't know what it is, but they're just really hard to beat. Don't know. Maybe it's the Yorkshire tea, maybe. Number 9 type says Garanth Northgate. We need a 37-year-old number 9 type of player. Maybe we get one in Saudi Arabia. Right.
Couldn't afford his wages.
Yeah, no, maybe not. Right. Let's get into the other teams that were put in. Right. So Tony put in Ramsdale, White, Zinni, Tommy, Gabriel, partnership, Rice, Jorginho, Fabio, Martinelli, Saka, Havertz. What are we rating that one, Bernie? So he's resting Saliba, isn't
he? What's that? Tommy and Gabriel partnership.
Yeah.
Yeah.
It's doable.
Yeah, Fabio. Still, yeah, it is. It is. You know what? I'm giving that an 8, especially for tomorrow, because Tommy can play there. Can play in centre half. I don't think he ever will for us unless we have suspensions and injuries. Then I can see that, because he won't go with Walter, you know what I mean. So he won't go with the youngsters. So yeah, you know what? I'll give that an 8.
Well done, Tony. You've got an 8. Temmy's gone with Rambo, White, Gabriel and Saliba, Zinni, Rice, Jorginho, Smith Rowe, Saka, Martinelli, and Havertz. Have we had that team? No, we haven't. Have we? No, we haven't. So please await that one from Temmy.
Oh, Calibra, I like that.
I know.
Oh my gosh. It's like an episode of Star Trek Voyager where two of the crew ended up together. You know, the episode was called Tuvix. I mean, there's one was Neelix and Tuvok. Yeah, that's them two, you know. But one of them's not a Vulcan, so I would give this team. I'm giving it a 7. I probably would have given it an 8 if there was Tomiyasu due to his form.
No, fair enough. Right, yeah. Citizen K has also put one in. Ramsdale, give him a run out. Extra words. White, Saliba, Gabriel, Tommy, my guy. He's on song at the minute too. Long may that continue. Rice, Ode, ESR, Saka, Havertz in the 9 or floating. Okay, and Martinelli. I love the way that Citizen K puts it in there. Give that one, please. The rating.
Oh, that'd be an 8 as well.
Okay, awesome.
Yeah, that'd be an 8.
Awesome stuff. Right. It would be nice to see Highlanders for sure. Despite my selection, we'd probably see Reece and Vieira, which wouldn't be a bad thing if I'm honest. Is Tony Tapovalic the right person to replace Oliver Kahn as FC Munich president? Any idea? Any updates? Sadly, we don't have any updates on the situation at Munich. It's not my team. I'm a Dortmund fan, so I don't know much about Munich, and I don't particularly care what's going on. They've made a mess of their own club. It's their own fault. I'll be honest.
Ask Moss.
Yeah, ask Moss, because it's not my club. I don't like them. I can't stand them. Right. Now it's the tricky part. It's the challenge time. Okay, for people that don't know, we have to pick 6 from the Arsenal, 5 from our opponents, obviously at Sheffield United for tomorrow. We start with the home formation. So thankfully it is Arsenal's formation. So it is the 4 at the back, 1 holding midfielder, 2 midfielders, and then 3 up the top. Brenny, you've played this enough. You know how it works. We're going to start the Sheffield United players first. So who are we going with? I will let you know if they are injured. So I don't want to do it auto foul on injured. So no worries about that.
Go with Sousa in he's a DM, isn't he?
Yeah, he can go there. That's not a problem.
Yeah.
See if I can find him. There he is. Vinicius Sousa. Okay, next player, please.
It's a tough one. The keeper, Foreign.
Yep. There we go. Okay, your next player, please.
Okay. Ryan Brewster.
Okay, where do you want to put him?
Put him up front, please. There's no Jesus.
Okay. Your next player, please.
Is it the midfielder, Hamer?
Yep. Christopher Hamer. Okay, and your 5th and final Sheffield United player, please.
Jeez, I thought I chose 5 already. My word.
No, sorry, just 4, mate.
Yeah, I'm trying to. Probably the next one I'll pick would probably be injured. Oh dear, oh dear, oh dear. Put in Trusty.
Okay.
One of the setbacks, yeah.
Yeah, no worries. Okay, so we're going to put the Arsenal players in. I'm obviously going to assume it's Ben White at the right back.
Yep.
The final centre back, who do you want to put that in there?
Saliba, please.
Okay. Left back?
Go with Tomiyasu. He's the one in form.
Fine.
Hopefully he can continue that form.
He's versatile, so he can go literally anywhere on the back, so that's fine. Your final midfielder?
Declan Rice.
Okay. On the right, Saka, I'm guessing. On the left?
Martinelli, please.
Okay. Right, so this is Brenny's team. He's gone with Fotheringham in goal, Ben White, Saliba, Trusty, Tomiyasu, Vinicius Sousa, Declan Rice, Hamer, Saka, Martinelli. I cost a lot of money, Brewster, up front. As you can probably tell by that, unfortunately, Brenny, you have chosen the one player that is always one, man. It's Brewster. It's the 20 million quid for someone that did nothing. He still hasn't for me proved that he's worth 20 million quid after the amount of years he's been out from Liverpool.
Viewers, you see, you hear this, everyone, from fullbacks to centre forwards now. This is terrible, man.
So we're going to have to pick a winner out of these two teams. Big up to Yusuf and Cheryl. Right, so Yusuf has gone with Ramsdale, White, Saliba, Trusty, Luke Thomas, Hamer, McAtee, Rice, Saka, Cameron Archer, and Martinelli. Very good team. Very good. I quite like that one. And Cheryl has gone with Fotheringham, Bogle, Saliba, Trusty, Sinchenko, Thomas Partey, because she was allowed to pick him, to be fair, because he's not actually out. So I said, yeah, you're fine to pick him. Odegaard, Rice, Saka, Archer, and Traore. Now, for me, I have to mark this on fullback. Bogle and Sinchenko are definitely the weaker of the two teams with fullback wise. I'd rather have Luke Thomas and Ben White as fullbacks than Bogle and Zinchenko. What about you? Do you agree with that, Brenny?
Yeah, Yusuf's one's pretty good.
Yeah. Yusuf, I'm going to give it to you, mate, because, that's a good team, to be fair. Cameron Archer, I think, is very talented. I expect him to go on to bigger things. McAtee as well is another player I expect to go on to bigger things. And Hamer has made the step up from the Championship. You know, a lot of people doubted him, but I had a feeling he'd be able to do it. So, well done. Big up to Yusuf. Sorry, Brenny, but yeah, it was literally just one Sheffield United player that you couldn't pick. And you picked. I'm surprised you picked him. He's been awful for years.
That's why I just look at fullbacks for you. You know what I mean? Because I know you don't like your fullback. You know, and that's a centre forward. So now I know it's fullbacks, centre forwards. So I've got to be careful. You know what I mean?
You should know the one Arsenal striker that I can't stand.
Reposition. I know.
I hope Spuds win tonight so they can go 5 points clear and bottle it, says Tony. Citizen Kane, I cost a lot of money, Brewster. That's his new name. If you look at his birth certificate, that is now his name on Depot. I've changed it. It's as simple as that. Sorry, but he's still not proved that he was worth the 20 million quid that they paid. It's annoyed me for years. That has. I don't know how they managed to get 20 million for him.
I thought he was going to be the business, to be honest.
He's still not proved it. He's proved nothing for me. Absolute waste of money. He's a bit like Franny Jeffers, if I'm honest. He's a Franny Jeffers. That's what he is. He's a
Franny Jeffers. He was just, see, for me, I liked him, but he was just injury prone.
He didn't do much.
Injuries.
Didn't do much for me. Right, Brenny, predictions, guys.
In the box. Yeah.
Yeah, well.
But we had a lot of
badger in the box.
3-0.
Well, you're going 3-0. Positive.
I'm going. I'm still going 3-0. Yeah, definitely. That's in my Super 6. So yeah, 3-0.
Your Super 6. Oh, what am I going to do? Jeez. Oh. I find this really hard.
It's going to be a hard-working 3-0.
Why do I think we're going to concede? That's the thing. I hate the fact that we can concede.
The only how I think we could concede would be it'd probably be Trusty on a set piece, corner and like bang.
Yeah, and you know what? I can guarantee he'll celebrate as well. I can guarantee it. He will. And to be fair,
he'll probably run. Yeah, exactly. But he'll probably run to the other side and just do the Adebayo slide.
Yeah. Tommy's going for a 4-0 Saka quartet. That would be amazing.
Whoa, that would be something.
This is hard. This one. I want a 3-0, 4-0. That's what I want. But I'm predicting it's what I think will happen. I think it's 2-1.
Listen, I mean, you know what? If we concede, right? It'd be, I'd say, from a set piece, from a corner, free kick, or we play the ball back. We're playing the ball back to Raya, and then it'd be a case of the pass weren't good enough, and then one of their players will just take it around Raya and score. So we gift goals. We do. I'm not just saying this, but we do gift a lot of goals. You know what I mean? It's not as if sometimes we get mesmerized by a 12 or 12, 13, 14 passes, and then boom, you think, oh my gosh, what a finish. No, it's on our own doing.
It is. That's the frustrating part of being an Arsenal fan. It really is.
Yeah.
Citizen K, Fox in the Box, Jeffers, whatever happened to him, I still can't believe we got 30 million for Iwobi. To be honest, Iwobi isn't as bad as what a lot of people see him as. He's a good midfielder now. He's put himself inside now. And I think he's quite good actually. I think Willock as well. I think he's a very good player. I think those two maybe got slightly a little bit too much less, if I'm honest. So yeah. Oh, Brenny, I was going to give you a 10, but as you picked a Bobby Blunder, you only get a 7. According to Sky Sports, Party has a muscle injury. Must be an eyelid muscle. I guarantee you, he has not got a muscle injury. I guarantee you, he has not. There is, for me, there's something going on, and I think the reason that I'm thinking this is because Odegaard doesn't seem there mentally. And for me, it feels like something's not right in the dressing room. And that's the big problem with me.
I agree.
Why sometimes we get memorized? Absolutely no idea, mate. No idea. Will Patino go the way of Saka or Armand Traore? I hope to see Saka in an Arsenal shirt. I like him. I don't know. Under Arteta, I say I don't know because Arteta is not someone that takes a big risk. He's not. He's just not someone that does that. It would be a shame because I think Patino's got the talent. But it's like we talked about Cozy Dewberry. I know that he could have played a couple of games this season and done extremely well. But we haven't seen him. Yeah, it's just mad. Right. Thank you ever so much, Brenny, as always, being here for the previews.
You're welcome.
Where can people find you?
Yeah, you can find me on X, find me on Instagram, and you can also find me here on the Armoury TV. But on X, I will be sending out, well, there's not going to be many videos of Arsenal versus Sheffield United. I'm going to try and delve way back into the past fixtures, and you can watch some highlights on there. Hopefully I'll get some extended highlights as well from, say, the 70s.
Yeah, brilliant stuff. Thank you, Brenny. I just want to quickly say, Citizens K here, saying I'm predicting a 3-1 win. Willow defo improved greatly. Wirobi maybe a tad, but wasn't. Yeah, probably at the time he wasn't probably worth the 35 million pounds, but he's definitely worth it now because I think he's more versatile than he was when he was with us. He's bulked up. He's physically strong now as well. He wasn't so strong with us, even though he was quite big. He wasn't that strong, which is weird. But yeah, he's definitely grown into that position now. Pray your own goal, please. No, Tony, please. Yeah, please not. Guys, I'll be back to do the reaction with Canners, maybe Damos as well, at 7:30 tomorrow night. Obviously, we can't do a watch long because it's at 3:00. For people interested as well, I will be doing the Manchester derby on Sunday with Colm, who is a Man United fan, on Sunday at 3:30. I think the kickoff is. So please join me over there as well to do that with Colm. Hopefully, Colm gets a good result. Let's hope. Big up to the Citizen K. Later, chaps. Always a pleasure. Thank you very much, guys. Take it easy. Enjoy your weekend. See you very, very soon. Bye bye.